Alright, I really need a few more sets of screwdrivers. You know, one to have in one bag and another one, you know, like in the shed there. So I went out and bought, with my money, some of these Quinn. It's probably, I don't know, it's gonna be it's Quinn comfort grip. It says it has a magnetic tip. So, you know, you got some electronics, you don't want to really use these, but anyway, I like them too because they're square. So like you could take a little, except for this one, but you could take a you know, like a box wrench or whatever, and you know, get you a little extra there. I need an extra set for like here, or at least like in my bag. When I go over to the marina, I want one set, and then I want another set for in the garage, so I'm not like hunting for where my screwdrivers are. So I'll load up my bag, I guess, and then I need to find some kind of pouch or something to put these in, so they're all just one deal. But I bought that, and then a nice spot over here, just another set. These are all cheap, Harbor Freight. I mean, it's cheap, dude. $14.99, 40 bucks for all of it. Like, you know, that's anyway, man. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. And then I'm kind of getting set up. Well, I am getting set up, change out some of this stuff, and I still haven't decided what I want to do with that tower base, or keep it or replace it. The thing about replacing it is then we have to pop this out. Alright, I decided we have a box of parts that are all the right parts. Might as well just replace it all, even though we know some things are good. Like our trigger tower base is good. But we're in here, I had to disconnect it anyway. We'll put it back in and I'll write on it good, bad. And they can just deal with it, but it's going to be better for them in a way because it's less labor time having to, you know, mix and match and all that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna get her done. There's that little clip on the bottom. You do have to disconnect this so that you can get this over here and around, right? Get it up there like that, and then, you know, I've got the bolts out. The bolts go real slow. Take a little, like, tap on it and then bring it back a little. And I mean, if you have to, just small increments, and then keep going and then come back and keep going and come back, and they'll come out and they'll be in great shape, and you won't like destroy the aluminum that's in the head. That aluminum you gotta keep it intact. So I'm gonna make sure I got this disconnected power wise, because I don't think I do. I think the battery's still hooked up. It is. So we're just gonna disconnect that guy and move on up. So it doesn't matter. 9/16. Let's find out where my 9/16 is. Alright, really the hardest part of this job is this voltage regulator. This thing is original. It's been painted over, so it was like came off the line like that. I guess they put it on and then they painted over it. And but you know, once you get it off, you're gonna have to, you know, clean this out a little bit, but stuff a rag down in there because you got to get that gasket off. Hopefully, that's one thing we need to check, is see if they provided a gasket. Where did he have it? Voltage regulator. Yeah, they provided a gasket, so that's good. This is the CDI. So anyway, this is original. So our wiring will be on this end. That's what it'll be. And you know, we can compare ours, but basically this is what you get. Anyway, we're gonna stuff a rag down in here, and then we're gonna get out our thing. We'll just get this off here, because anyway, we don't want a bunch of pieces falling down in there. That's why for the rag, I'm just gonna try to. Some of this we can kind of flick up, but the paint, yeah, that's what it. So this is the hardest part of the job, right here. Is this gonna be this guy right here? You know, like I said, you can get out like a vacuum while you do this too. So I'm gonna get this all cleaned up, and alright, we're moving right along. The rectifier is really the biggest job, because you got to get that gasket off, get it off. It's the original one, so. And I got a bunch of oil from earlier, so I'm just going to clean this all up. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's got a little bit, but that's right there where our magnet rides, so we want to make sure we get that good and clean. So just make sure you get all the stuff out of there. That's all from whenever I put that. That's the, you know, lubricant to try to get the flywheel off. Keep this from going everywhere, you know, get the rag. Now we can put our new rectifier in, and what, I don't know what I do. You don't have to do this, but so they got this gasket, you know, and that's great. But I got some of this aviation sealant, because where there's water, man, I don't want this thing. So what I do is either, you know, just give it a real light coating. There's fun. Alright, after I spilled the forward gasket all over the table, which this stuff goes a long way, so anyway, I got it wiped up. I had to get some Loctite. I kind of put it on both sides of that gasket and then put it on there. And then I put my screws where I think they should go, and like I marked a couple of them where these, you know, tie downs are. But then I'd leave them, you know, off, and then I just go through and I'll Loctite the bolts. If I have any left, we have to pull out the other. Yeah, I think I'm out. Alright, I got more. Hang tight. I used quite a bit. I mean, this is kind of the cheap stuff, but at least it'll help some. And then that's hot right there, so you know, you don't want to put like red Loctite on it or anything. Because then you'd never get it off. You know, you just, I don't know. You probably don't have to do this. It's just me. Like, I just feel like it's my own insecurity, I guess. You know, this stuff, like when some of this, when you pull it off, like you'll notice it'll have like this yellow color, and I don't think that's like a chemical reaction or anything. I think there's another kind of Loctite or something that I don't know about. Alright, and then I'll just go back around and give it a little quarter turn. Just, it's kind of a feel thing. I don't know, you know, I'm sure there's a torque spec, but then I've had manuals lie to me before, and I'm like, screwed. And then, you know, some metal is, you know, it's like dissimilar or whatever, and then, you know, it's like all of a sudden, yeah, it's good, but we have this one line that's gonna go over here, and I probably could have, I think I will. This is a little bit off. You know what I mean? Like it should be about right here, I think. We can even do that. This line has to go back over here. Because it's going to tie to our starter solenoid. Oh, and then what do I do next? See, it's just faster if I do this, because then later on, if I find out, oh, the rectifier's bad, then I got to take everything back off again, and then I got to redo it all. So this way I can just get it done, and you know, he can have it back pretty fast. He said I've been sitting for a couple years, but now he's chomping at the bit. And if you're watching, I'm sorry, but it's funny how everybody's always kind of like that, you know. But it's like anything, when you're wanting to do a project and you're like, I'm in get it done mode. So then you just you know, you want to go, and then what, I don't know, sometimes, you know, like even me, I have to stop and go, I need to do this, that, and whatever, and then, you know, so we just maybe slow down just a hair. Alright, now we can do our timer base and all of his parts. His dad said he wanted to have them so that he could test them, so we'll put them back in the box, and they're gonna have them, and I don't want them. Never put these on another engine. That's cool, they give you a little troubleshooting guide. Alright, timer base. Let's see what he's got here. Yep. It doesn't have this in it. So the old one would have had a little piece that goes in right there, and it's not installed. So what I'm talking about is on the old timer base, there's this little plastic piece that you need, and I probably have a new one. I wonder if we should do that. This one's probably fine, but no, I got a new one, is what I'm trying to say. These are pretty easy to get out. That one's in pretty good shape. They're just a pain to get in. You kind of line them up, and then just get a little screwdriver and push them in. And be careful, you know, it's all plastic. And then, so this is, so it's like there's the edge this way. That means this edge is like this. So I think if we just move this really pry it and it'll pop into place. But you're always like a little like, if I break this piece, I'm done, you know, because you are. And then like there is like this supposed movement. Oh, there it snapped. And you'll hear it too. There it goes. Alright, now we can put the tower base on. So obviously this side is our starboard side. Anyway, it's just gonna go. Here's me. What the fuck is going on? So we can put our little timing arm on now because it'll be easier. So I marked this like on this here. So and plus we need to see just how, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, it's not falling out. And that's what we want to know. So, you know. What did I, how did I do that? There we go. And so you might put a little grease right here. So I've got, what do I have? I think I got some like just 2,4-C. Alright, I just have some 2,4-C. This will be fine. Man, you don't want a lot. Just a little bit. A little dab will do you. And again, this is not something that probably you have to do, but just on that little yellow. Some people say, well, the grease will collect dirt and then it becomes like, I don't know if that's true or not. They just have, you know, like this little thing holding this on. So we just need to pry it kind of out of the way. Try to open it up a little. So I don't like how it should be all the way. So I'm gonna loosen that one. That's not gonna work. It just is not gonna work, so and also we got to put in our little retainer clips. So, you know what I mean? It's got to be able to move. pretty good distance. So we'll just put this back and maybe not use that, because they what it is they have this coming out the side instead of the old design was it would come out the back. So when it was like this, no, it came out the side. I guess they had it really tucked back. I don't like it. We'll do something though. We'll get it where it comes out that way, you know. I don't think it's gonna go that far back, but I'll figure something out on that later. What I need to do is I got these little bitty clips that hold that guy down, and we're just gonna put a little Loctite on them, and just take a screwdriver. It's just a flathead, but we don't want them coming loose, you know what I mean? And it just goes under that little white plastic piece, holds it down. Alright, so basically you just want full range of motion. So that's where it was last time. We're gonna have to check the timing. We're gonna have to do something to keep this down a little bit. This is not gonna work. And you know, back here we got this, but after we kind of done all this, you know. Anyway, we're gonna connect this up. So there's our line. Yellow, and then we're gonna have yellow. Rectifier. What have they done? Oh, it goes here. You know what I mean? Then we're gonna have our purple. So the way they had it, oh yeah, here it is. So it's gonna go here. Sorry. Yeah, like a blue yellow, I don't know, it's a different color. And then the gray should be our tack coming out of the it's coming out of that rectifier. And then this line should be our tack line. To the gauges up there. Alright, so that gets that all done. We're going to leave this stuff kind of, because we're going to replace this. But next thing I can do is put on the stator. And he's got a stator down here. Make sure his dad gets all his parts back. didn't want to be a replace artist, but, and I get it, but then at a certain point, you're inside there, and somebody's brought you all these parts, you're just gonna get it done, man. You're not gonna wait. Alright, so this, the way they had it was, you know, of course, like this. So the back is our charge call. So if you look at this old stator, this was in the back, you know, it was located in the back, and then this kind of went around some things. We don't need to do any of that. We just got to get her on there. So you may have to like just take and, you know, peel these back a little bit. This kind of goes up in the front like so. You know, you're gonna lay it on there and put your wires down in there in the bottom, because this doesn't have to turn. So then we can just do like this. Oh, I know what it was, and I left it in. All right, well now I'm gonna have to pull that out. Where's my little needle nose? I guess this will work, but I had them out. And if you get kind of like up under there, I got like a pair of needle nose. But hold this plastic piece. The other one's metal, so you want to just be careful, you know. So if you have to, just take this one out. Because what it is I have to get this up underneath here, like so. Because then we got a little thing that I was going, that'll work. But it goes like that, and that just protects this from getting damaged from the flower. Alright. So it kind of goes like that. And this can go right here. And we just want to make sure we got full range of motion, which we do. Alright, now when I put these bolts in, I'm just gonna put a little Loctite. I'm gonna go up there, and it's look at this. It's a weird, like size. It's something weird, like it's not 3/8. It's yeah. So I don't know why they did it this way, but they did. Just line up the holes, make sure she's on there, you know, decent. Just get out a bolt and bolt her down. I like to put a little Loctite on it, thread blocker, whatever you want to call it. Like I said, these are pretty easy. Well, they're not hard. If it feels real tight, just go easy on it, man. I guess I could have chased the threads, but it didn't look bad. Just make sure like your washers, your lock washers, go down below. See where there's this plastic? So this one's made where it's kind of wacky. What'll happen is it'll just Like it'll mess up that plastic right there. So just maybe put the lock washer like that, and then that way it'll give you room. I mean, it's like, it's redundant, like it's got a lock washer, but you know, like I'll just put the Loctite just to kind of be worried about it, I guess. Same thing with this one. Just get your Loctite, your lock washer below that. There it goes. Then when you go down with it, it won't mess up your plastic. That's tight. I'll do it about like there, you know. Oh, man. Sorry.
We did.
Put on a stator, trigger, power pack. He brought me all these parts. At first, his dad was like, well, put it, you know, I want to test all the old parts or something. I wasn't sure what he meant. And then I was like, okay, well then I was thinking, well, you know, we'll just replace one thing at a time, you know, check it or whatever. And then I'm like, just replace it. I got a box full of brand new parts, you know. They're all the right numbers. I looked it up. So, you know, put her on there. Because what'll happen, you know, one of them will be still kind of bad. Then I got to take it all back off to put yeah, anyway.
Need to shave.
Yeah. You do a lot of things.
Why?
Why? What do you mean? I don't know what you mean.
Well, don't point the camera on me. I'm eating late July nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese.
Yeah, I'm getting real cheesy over here.
You want to tell them that
Here's how you eat
the barber's nacho cheese story?
Just so y'all know, this is how you eat nacho cheese chips correctly.
Is that right?
Yeah, you always lick it.
Lick, yeah. You got to lick it first. You know, you got to get the full flavor.
Yeah, you got to get the full flavor off that there chip. Yes. I'm hungry, but I don't want to fix me anything to eat.
You don't?
No.
Huh.
Takes too much time.
It does take a lot of time. Got some anti-seize.
Anti-seize?
Yeah, because if I ever got to take that thing off again, or the next guy, they won't have near the problems I had.
Does that prevent law enforcement from coming and taking your stuff?
No, they
Anti-seize?
they
can't seize it?
Yeah, if they're coming, they're coming.
Yeah, put that stuff on there so you can get the dang thing back off.
And of course now I got some on the timer base. Wipe all that off. Q-tip, see if I can get that crap out of there. So yeah, don't do what I did.
I'm gonna go see if I can find something to eat.
Well, if you do, find me something.
This ain't no rest home.
What do you mean?
This ain't no rest home.
Ain't nobody resting around here.
Huh?
I said, there ain't nobody resting around here.
Resting on their laurels.
I can't believe I just did this. I knew better to do that. So this time I'll put it on the bottom. You don't have to do it that way, you ain't gotta worry about it. Let's put this flywheel back on and then we can change the power pack. I always check out too, man, my wardrobe key, because whoa, that's a strong one. Is it all the way on there? Wow. I don't know if it's all the way on. This all the way on and on. Can't really have to turn it. Sorry, it's on there. Let's get our thing. We'll have to lock her down a bit. Get out my impact gun, lock her down. So then I need to take off this power pack. That'll be our last piece. Supposedly somebody cleaned the carbs, so cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's do our power pack. I need something to drink. In the back, and there's our black, so that just got to tie together. And then we do have these which go to our coils, and so like looks like what does it look like? Usually they have, so there's, let's see what he has. Let's see what he has. So you'll notice like this side's going to go, these are not the same length. so you'll know which one, you know. This part requires factory specified inductive type spark plugs. So something to keep track of. But we'll just pop these off, and then each one of these are our it's our wiring for the coils, and I think it's gonna tell you, because we don't know if he wired these back right or not. So like installation, port cylinder, long orange blue would be 2. Long orange is number 4. Long orange green is number 6. Short orange blue is number 1. Short orange is going to be number 3. Short orange green is number 5. So that's how you know. And you just gotta come around over to the other side, and then you're gonna just pop these off of your coils right here. And anyway, I just got a little needle nose pliers. Usually you can just kind of do like that to pop it off. Usually, because I don't care about this, because that's an old power pack. Is it off there? Yes. And these on this side are really weird. So it's kind of getting He-Man with it. Now he's got different colored spark plug wires. All this exactly how it is. Alright, and then I'm just going to go ahead and pull this out. Alright, that gets out. And I'm just going to set this aside. And then I'm going to put it in the middle of here. Which way we go? I don't know what Chucky's doing. He's lately always working on his boat.
What are you doing?
It's starting to get a little warm.
Yeah,
It?
man.
You picked the wrong time of the day to get in there.
I'll tell you what, a feller could cook up here. Cook like a piece of bacon.
Bacon?
Yeah.
Huh.
Alright, so...
Alright. Alright, so this guy, I've got the power pack installed. New stator trigger, tiber base, rectifier. Got the spark plugs out. Got my spark checker in here. Spark checker 9000. And remote start hooked up. And I think I'm going to put some water in the tub, even though this impeller has been set for a couple years. Don't want it to break off and get sucked up into the head. So we're just going to see if we got spark. If we got spark, then maybe we can move over to this lower unit and knock it off. Now, he doesn't have the whole kit. I ordered a whole kit. I guess we'll pull it apart and see what the housing looks like. But he bought an impeller. Yeah. And it's got a new key. So, I guess at the worst case, we could just change the impeller. I don't like the idea of it, but Anyway, so on this deal, just make sure like you got good clearance here. Only thing I don't like about this is make sure this is over this, you know, because you don't want to touch anything. So we're all good to go there. That's all good to go. Everything's, our grouts are on. We got another grout on here on the back side of this. We don't have anything crimped. Just make sure nothing's crimped or anything's crazy. This is up here. It's all going in here. I added a couple of tie wraps. You can add some tie wraps. Don't be afraid. Like even over here, I might go back and tie wrap this up right here. Yeah, I might go ahead and do one right there, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Tie wraps are cheap. And some of this is just hose. Just make sure this is all kind of tucked in. And then bend that dude down. You should be good. But I'll put another. I like adding a couple of tie wraps.
Dude.
Man, we got a swimming pool up here, man. Look at this.
You're attracting the skeeters.
It's like a baby pool right there, man. Go get your...
No, it's a skeeter attractor.
Well, it's that too.
Yeah, but that's the worst thing.
Yeah, it's bad.
They'll come up and gnawing on you, and next thing you know, you'll be itching all over the place.
Well,
Giving you the West Nile.
I don't want any. I want some Dunlop.
Hey, put that pump over here in the deepest spot of the pond here.
Well, all right, mister.
Well,
Just give me a second to get...
Just try to help a brother out, man.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Always got to help a brother out, you know. Hey, put it in there a little further.
Well, I gotta get the hose out in the yard. Oh, you know what I ought to do?
Arda? How do you spell that?
Hey, you know what? To conserve water,
How do you spell that?
I'm gonna run it back to the tub.
How do you spell that?
Aorta?
Arda.
Arda. A-R-T-A.
I'd spell A-R-D-A. Arda.
Okay. I'm gonna piggyback this pool back here. Check this out. Hey.
Huh?
I'm gonna put it in a tub.
What?
I'm gonna recycle it.
Oh.
I'm gonna do... Hey man, as high as everything costs these days, might as well do something. Not hopefully make a mess. You know, this timer base has got to move, so it's got to be able to go. That's just your throttle cable. I'll just take that off for a second just so I can show you guys this, but see, this has got to advance. Advance. It's got to advance. Well, down here is where it's connected to the throttle cable. Right here. And when you move it, see, it's not advancing. I don't know if you can see that, but if you look at that, watch that timer base, it's not moving. You know? So my best guess is somebody's got it inside here, or we got a worn out spring just like we do on Larry's boat over there. So I don't know. I think for today, I just want to find out if it's got spark now, and then I'm gonna come back and revisit it because I have to check the timing. There's just a lot to do yet. Anyway, well, I guess there's something in here because I don't know. This is your shift, so it's something inside here. I mean, it seems like it's coming back, but it's not. See, and that should pull this forward.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
When we done, come over here. I got something I need to ask you.
What do you need to ask me?
Okay. My fuel gauge has been intermittent for a while now.
Yeah.
Like if I'm sitting in the driveway, where's my glasses? My freaking eyes are. Where's my glasses at?
Down there.
Where? Oh, yeah. Sorry. Anyway, like if I'm just sitting in the driveway
Mm-hmm.
and I turn the key on, and if I wanted to see how much fuel I got, my fuel gauge isn't working. But then when I get out there on the lake, all of a sudden it'll come on.
And then you got a loose connection. A power ground probably, or the sending wire.
Well, that's what I thought. But
So if this is that's a sealed connector.
Listen to me. Let me give you all of the information first. All right. So I pulled the plug off of the gauge. I determined that the hot wire is your purple.
Right, it should be ignition on.
And your ground is the black.
Right.
I've got 12 volts at the plug.
Right.
So I know I got power going to this.
So then you need to know your signal wire. And it's going to be that blue wire.
And that's what's going to go.
It's either going to be the blue or the red.
Yeah, that's going to go to the sending unit.
It's going to go to the sending unit. So go to your gas tank and look at that wire and make sure it's got good signal. Clean off. It's probably just dirty down there.
Yeah.
And it just every once in a while it makes a good ground.
Yeah.
I wouldn't suspect that.
No,
I would suspect the other end, or you have something losing ground, like somewhere in here. Look for.
I doubt that.
Well, it could be from the box or something.
Because I would have other issues.
Well, you got other issues.
My RPM gauge has been acting a little funny.
Well, then you may. Oh, what do you mean?
Well, every once in a while it'll just not read correct. You know.
I mean, that could be the same issue with that. But then it also could be like a regulator's going out. So you need to, man, this sun's bright.
Yeah,
dude.
it's brutal out here, ain't it?
Yeah, all right. I'm getting in the shade, dude.
Alright.
All right, well, somebody's been in here bucking around because this was all the way in. Right now I got it about to there. Still got to cut more, I think. I need to look at the manual, but I believe our mark is here. So it's between the two, I can't remember. No, I think, oh, right, so they had it all the way in the other way. And to verify this, we'll have to open up our air box. But really, the one thing I want to do right now is to see if this thing has spark. So I'll have to double check their timing, see where it's at. Yeah, that's now. This should be a wide open throttle. Yep, that's all the way over. And that should already be all the way closed. Let me just check it. Yes. Wow. So bad. So bad. Not. So what do you do when you keep that like that? Get your 2 screwdrivers, put in here. You just gotta try it. There it goes. So, make sure these are all the way shut. Alright, keys on. Yeah, we got spark. Got this one out. Okay, let's just check these. One. Oh, I know why. We got. Are these not on there good?
Oh, figured that out though. At least I know.
Okay, so this one. So I don't have it on this one. That's it there. And we don't have it on that one. Let's go to another lead just to make sure. So we got all 3 there. Alright, well I did. You can move these guys in a little bit. Like you can move them back and forth. So like you can move this in or out. I just didn't have it in. I had it all the way out. So I got about a 1/4 inch. And now whenever I do it, if you look down, get the camera in there. And the one on the bottom there, I got it moved, remember, because I had it down. So on this one, you'll see it. So look at, there's 1. 5, so we got spark. Now I know we got spark, we can move on to like fuel and timing. So I gotta see what time it is.